How's it going, everybody? Taff en route again. Now we're en route to Chesterfield away. It's a very rainy day and apparently it's battered down with snow. A lot of data on whether the game is going to be going ahead, but Chesterfield have come out and said unless things get a lot worse up there, then the game isn't going to be in any date. Thank God, because we've already left. So a lot of other people. But I'm in the famous Ashcroft car again now, and this time I'm not driving. Big Phil is the one who's doing the driving for us today. So I'm going to turn my attention to him shortly. I'm sure he'll have something to say about today's game. My part on it is that we've been very up and down lately. It'd be one good performance and one bad performance pretty much. I think we haven't really had our share of luck in the last few games, but we haven't done an awful lot to make any luck. You know, I mean, I think going forward we don't gamble enough. You know, we don't attempt much. We try to pass the ball around too much. When we get space to put crosses in, players for some reason don't stick the ball in. They try to do something different all the time. I think the more you put the ball in the box, the more you're going to put the defence under pressure. But hey, that's me. In the modern game now, managers are getting paid a lot of money to do the job, so you know, I can't really say I know much more than them. But for some reason my camera doesn't have the function to turn around, so I can point it at Phil. So what I'm going to have to do is sort of turn it this way so we can see him. There we go. We can see the back of Phil's head there.
Happy Easter, everybody. Up
nice touch. So what do you think, and Phil? Do you agree with me that we've been a bit up and down but not adventurous enough going forward?
Yes, I think still proud of the lads. They're doing well, but yes, we have come off the pace a little bit, but hopefully today we'll be back on it. Great game against Coventry. Let's have the same today.
Absolutely. Like I say, it was a great game of football. But it's a shame we didn't save that performance for the Crew game when we have more people in the ground paying £5 each. It seems whenever we put on a promotion, it's always a crap game of football.
Well, yeah, it always happens that way, don't we? We get all those people in the ground and we put a performance in and that, but what they got to realise is it's over 40 odd games and we've done well in most of them, but unfortunately it didn't work out. But we proved to ourselves that against Coventry we're a match for anybody.
Absolutely. But like I say, obviously we're saying about getting a lot of people in the ground, obviously with the Crew game, but think about it, in the last 12 months we've had a few games where we've had big crowds, and to be fair, you know, they've been treated to some magnificent stuff. Obviously Notts County, last game of the season, last year, Leeds at home, Tottenham at home. I mean, you know, the people in Newport have had plenty of football the last 12 months. I mean, why are they still not coming back into the ground?
Well, football is a very expensive game now. When you go away, it's quite a bit of money. It's not cheap, but as you say, how many teams have been to Wembley as many times as us? Yeah. And we've been there again.
Just funny how...
Look at what Tottenham are doing, and we took them to literally the last 5 minutes of the league. Yeah. But you can't make people go, and if they want to go, they go. If they don't. But the big games, they do turn out, and we got to take their money and not moan about it.
I suppose so. I suppose you're right there. So I mean, if I make a few more points on that, I mean, it's a bit demoralising for our support when you think, hold on a minute, we took 7,500 to Wembley, but we can't even get half of that for our regular home games. It's a bit of a kick in the teeth for the regular fan that wants to see the club progress, because the only way we're going to get the money to push on is if we get more people through the door on a regular basis, especially for the fact that Newport, we have an immediate population of 150,000, and outside of Newport that's extended, you know, to a potential 250,000. So that would basically mean that on a bad day we get 1% of that Newport and surrounding area population coming to the game. If we could extend that to 2% of that population, that would be about 5,000 home fans every single game, and that would be a sustainable attendance for us to look at League One. So, you know, you can sort of understand on our part, you know, 2% of the population of the surrounding area, that's all we need to push on to the next level. So what do you think about that one then, Phil? Do you think that's a
Well, yeah, it's true, but it's the same old saying. If you've got a winning team, people will come. But we've proven that, and we aren't still getting that 4,000 mark, which we should be getting.
Yeah.
I mean, when teams get to Wembley or play big teams, everybody wants a ticket. You can't do much about it, but who comes when they come? We got to take their money. You can't moan about it. The word plastic comes out, and I've used it a few times, but no, you cannot make people go. And if we had a successful team, I think it'd get a better crowd. But it's a rugby city as much as it is a football city, and it's all about Newport at the end of the day.
Yeah. But just thinking then, obviously, you know, we've had some good times, we've had some good games that people have wanted to come to, but I mean, the incentive for more of those good times to come, is that not enough to make someone think, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to show them a little bit more love on a regular basis, because the more money they get through the turnstiles every week, the more chance of this sort of thing happening on a more regular basis.
I'd say true football fans, look at the weather now. Look at it, we're going up to Chesterfield. They've got snow up there, they've got rain. Why would somebody want to come out in this stupid weather and freeze to death and get soaking wet? Real true football fans do. But the ones, minority who, oh, shall I go or shall I go, tend not to go. But true football fans, true sports fans, they make the effort. But again, I got to say it's down to the money. It's an expensive game, and the clubs have got to realise this, because when they put promotions on, it makes a hell of a difference. And the club is still making money, so you've got to look at for the fans and help out the fans.
I'm thinking Premier League money. I mean, you know, we're talking billions and billions of pounds, obviously. If that was filtered down with the purpose of reducing ticket prices, but then obviously subsidising the clubs on that, so making it so it's only a tenner to get in, but Premier League money sort of replaces the lost income on that, and we get more people going through. Do you think that's something that could be looked at?
Yeah, but it's like everything else. The richer get richer, and the poorer get poorer.
Yeah.
And
shit rolls downhill, I suppose, at the end of the day. Yeah.
Premiership, you forget about Premiership money. That's not football money. That's people coming into the game who are advertising, who are looking for the sponsorship. That's where all this money is. But the likes of Division 2 and Division 1, they don't get that money, and it will never happen. It should do, but it would never happen.
No.
And there is not that we can all moan and groan about it, but we got to live on what we earn every week on a normal 3,000, 3,500. We got to get through on that.
Yeah. So that's our topical football subject of the day, I think. Now, obviously, we got an away game against Chesterfield. I mean, obviously, they're fighting for their lives, so we're not going to expect an easy game, of course. But what kind of lineup are we looking at? We're away. Would this be more suited to his one up front, or do you think we should go for it and go for the two up front on this one?
Well, Chesterfield, like us last year, are fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
I think we should take the advantage and play two up front. They're going to attack us.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to, aren't they?
And I obviously the ground's going to make a difference. It's got to be heavy. They've had snow on it. They've had rain. Happy days for us. Going back to last year, we should be used to it.
So
I honestly believe it's going to be 3-2 to the county today.
3-2 to the county, right? Yeah, well, that's good. Going up with a bit of optimism, of course. But just thinking then, obviously we go with the two up front, and I agree with you on the two up front. I got to be fair, I do agree with you. But what I'm thinking then is also looking at it, are we going with a back five, a back four, or a back three with the five in midfield?
I'd go with the back five.
I'm thinking the back five is going to be the one. The back five are going to have to be the one, I think, because
with the way Butler and Pipey played last week as attacking fullbacks, and midfield is struggling at the moment.
Yeah.
So let's bypass them and go down the wings and get that ball over.
Alright, okay.
It's been called
All
off.
right, and guess what? We've
The
just
game's
been
been
told that the
called
game was
off.
called off. Happy days. So we're halfway up to Chesterfield and the game's got called off. All right then. So it doesn't matter who's going to be playing. This is going to be on a Tuesday night and I can't go. Damn it. Oh well. The weather strikes again. Snow in April. Oh well. I'm still putting this video out anyway. Still putting it out because we did touch on a topical subject worth raising for discussion. So thank you, Phil, and then the girls who've been putting me off throughout all this. There you go. You're famous. Well done. And then we got Margaret in the front there. Hello, Marg. Say hello to the cameras.
Not happy!
No, not happy. Game's off. On our way back to Newport. Cheerio, everybody. See you Saturday for the Stevenage game. Up the county.